Hey, good morning, children. How are you all? I hope you're doing great. Let us get started with our new chapter Safe Handling of Water. They say it right. Water, water everywhere. Waste no water anywhere. Correct? Why do we say this one? Because water is a precious gift of nature for us. Correct? It's I know 3/4 part of our earth is covered with water. Done. But still, why do we always say conserve water, save water, everything, every single drop is valuable? Why? Because the water which we use for our consumption is fresh water. And fresh water, from where do we get it? In our previous classes in third standard and all, we have studied, correct? From where do we get it? Yes, we get the fresh waters from river, lakes, ponds, underground water. But the large amount of water which is present on earth is from oceans, right? And oceans waters are not good for our consumption in the sense we can use it for bathing and all, but still it is very sticky. But for drinking and cooking purposes, ocean water is not good. It's not good for our health. So for human consumption, the best water is the fresh water which we get from these different sources which I've mentioned: rivers, lakes, ponds, underground waters. Yes, so quickly let us start learning about how do we do safe handling of the water. Yes, safe handling and storage of water. Now what I mean by safe handling means how should we take the measures of using the water rightly without wasting it. We have already learned about balanced diet and its importance, right, in our previous classes, correct? How important it is for one to eat all the vitamins and minerals from different food items, a balanced diet. Nothing should be over, nothing should be lesser, correct? And it's important. With that, we also should understand that with the balanced diet, our body also needs water for drinking. And why do we need this water? Because water helps us for proper functioning of our bodies. It also is being needed by our body for the food digestion. The food which we eat, to get it digested, we need water, right? And also water helps us to take out the waste from our body. Now, what are the wastes? Yeah, it can be some toxic things. It is also the solid leftover of our body, right? In the stomach, after absorbing all the vitamins and minerals from the food, our body absorbs out, right? So morning we go for washrooms, right? To removal of those waste, water is needed. See, you might have your parents would also be telling every time, drink adequate water, drink proper amount of water, otherwise you'll have a hard stool, right? So whenever you go for potty in the morning, you'll have a very tough time, right? You'll have stomach pain, you'll have hard stools. Why? Because you are not having adequate amount of water. So it it becomes very difficult for our body to get rid of all those waste from our body. So it's always visible. It's always advised that you have to have a proper amount of water in a day. And what it is, minimum of 8 glasses per day, and the more you drink the water is better for you, right? As I said, so we need to drink about 8 to 10 glasses of water every single day. Now let us get familiar to the word called potable water, right? So what do you mean by potable water? The water which is clean and fit for drinking is called potable. See, in the starting of this video, I said about fresh water and salty water, right? Fresh water we drink from river and all. Can you just go take a glass of water, take the water from the river and start drinking it? No. Though it is a fresh water, though we call it as a fresh water, we call it fresh because it is not the salty water like ocean, right? So these water, from where do we get water in the river? We get from the rain, right? So rain is considered one of the purest form of water, though it is also, from when it starts coming from the cloud until it reaches the atmosphere where the dirts are there, it get mixed also, but still we consider that only the purest form. But when it falls on the ground, on the earth, obviously with the dust and all pollutants, it gets contaminated, correct? So is it feasible for us to directly drink the water from the river, ponds, or anywhere? No, it still has germs and everything, right? So we need to filter it. So until we filter it, so after filtration of process, be it any process, after the filtration, the water which is fit for drinking, finally when we can drink it, that particular water is called as potable water. At some places, people use underground water. Yes, right? Many a times, you mean in especially in villages, you might have seen at your granny's place if they are staying in some village and all. Correct? There, people take the water from the underground. And from how do we they take the water from the underground? Either from the well or from the hand pumps, and even from the nearby rivers. Water is being drawn. And in some places, people use groundwater. See, earlier we saw that underground water from the well, which is from underground pump. It's not over the ground, it is under the ground, right? And in some places, waters are drawn from the rivers, as I said, right? Nearby rivers. So now river a underground water? No, it is a overground water. It flows over the ground, right? It's not, we don't have to dig it and take it. It flows on the ground. So as I said, this water may not be fit for drinking as it often contains dirts and germs, right? So these waters are usually filled with lots of dirts, germs. It's not clear water to be consumed. But in cities, people get water from the taps. We get it from the tap, right? We also stay in the city. Many of us stay in this, be it small city or big city. Nowadays, we get it from the tap, right? This water is more cleaner than the river water or the ground or well water, right? Than the river water or the underground water taps, because when we are getting the water in our taps, the filtration process, the initial filtration process is already been done by the people who supply water for us. Okay. However, sometimes it may contain some germs. We should take care to drink clean and pure water. See, though we get the water from the tap, initial purification has been taken. The dirts and the dirts are being removed. Okay, and the water is being supplied to us. But still, it comes from various parts, right? It's not germs free. The water which still we get it from the tap, can we drink it? Have you ever drunk it? No, it has still germs which are not visible to our eyes, naked eyes, right? So whenever we are trying to drink some water, make sure that you drink the clean and pure water after many different purifications done. Why are we supposed to drink purest form? Yes, because many of the diseases are there, children, which are caused because of drinking unclean water, the clean water which are not clean. If we drink it, we get diseases like jaundice, diarrhea, dysentery, and cholera. There are many more, stomach infection, food poisoning, all these things happens because of water only. So the water which we drink should be the most cleaner one, right? Do we eat the food of 2 days old food or stained food, right? We don't do, right? Spoiled food, we eat it? No, we don't eat it. That's the reason we should take care that we drink water also which is cleaner. We therefore need to purify water before drinking. Yes, so before drinking, we need to do purification of water, and the cleanest water which we get after purification is the best one for drinking. Now let us see the different purification of water methods, like how can we purify the waters. Yes, one of the basic and traditionally used from years together of purification is boiling. Yes, the most common method of purifying water is boiling. So just take a container, pot, or any vessel, pour water at it, and put it on the flame, on the fire, and let it boil nicely. Boil it, then let it get cooled, and then you can just strain it over a cloth and drink that water, because boiling kills all the germs present in it. Second one, filtration. We can filter water through a clean, thin cloth. See, imagine there's some dirt, you are able to see it in the water. So just take a thin cloth and let the water flow through it. And the container which is below the clean cloth has the clean water. This is the second method. First one, boiling. Second one, filtration. Though filtration will not kill all the germs. See, you take a tap water and try to filter it. You might be able to remove the dirt and dust or any extra particles. But how about the germs, which we are not able to see it? That is a little tricky question. We can also use traditional filter containing sand and gravel. I don't know how many of you have heard. See, nowadays we are all getting this filter, water filter, candle filter, steel one. Then we have Pureit. Then we have ROs, right? Aqua guards. So before these were there, how people used to filter water? See, so they used to use this traditional filter using sands and gravels. Sands is the normal sand, gravels are small, small stones. So what we used to do to filter it, filtration removes dust and other suspended particles from the water. However, this method does not remove germs. Water should be boiled after filtration. So see, the the moral of the story here is, children, see, whenever we have water which we have got contaminated, to remove the dust, to remove the particles, extra suspended particles from the water, right? To remove that, you can actually, if you do not have ROs or anything, you can use this traditional method of remove. What it is, see, usually what they do is in a container, they put sand, they put gravel, right? And then pour water in this and give a small hole. See, can you see here in the picture? The dust particles are actually, the dusted or the contaminated water is poured in the upper part. In this particular container, gravels and sands have been put, and then the water flows from the sand. So whatever the hard dust particles, they stay over there only, and then it comes to the another layer, and then the clean water comes out. But still that water is not germs free. After filtration from the traditional method, you can actually take that water and do boiling. So after boiling, that water is finally good and fit for drinking. But nowadays, many types of modern filters are available, correct? These filters not only remove the dust and suspended particles from the water, but also they kill or they remove the germs from it. And water filtered by such filters can be directly used for drinking, right? See, now we saw about boiling, then we saw about filtration. So it's always been recommended that if you do not have any ROs or something, so best thing is use filtered water, and then take that filtered water through traditional filter, take that filtered water to boiling and boil it and then consume it. That will be best. See, now this is what about the small quantity of water. But if we want to use some huge amount of water, how do we do it? Right, we have something called, see, many a times you people might have gone to swimming pool, right? You have a swimming in that, you swim in, when you come out, you feel your body sticky, you don't feel like your body becomes very dry or something that way. So why it is? Because when people are swimming in the swimming pool, it's an example I'm talking about. Okay, so when people swim in the swimming pool, obviously they release dirt from their body, right? Many dirts, and after having bath in the swimming pool, it becomes dirty. So every day to clean a swimming pool or every day to remove the water and put a new water, it's feasibly not possible, correct? So these, how do we tackle about that? So there is one more method of filtration. It is called as chlorination. What it is? It's called as chlorination. So how do we do about it? Filtered water can also be purified by adding a small quantity of chlorine in it. This kills germs and makes it fit for drinking. So if you have a filtered water, okay, you have some filtered water, and then which is removed from, which is not having dust particles or some suspended particles in that. But to kill the germs, you can put a little amount of chlorine in it and make it fit for drinking. But still, nowadays, children, doctors even do not suggest to consume the chlorinated water. It is good for big swimming pools or big uh, containers. Still, it is very good to go for boiled water. Yes. So this is how what we learned. So few more methods we will be learning in our next class. So until then, bye bye.